getting a little detecting in before Christmas. Well, welcome to Finding America, and Merry Christmas to you and yours. Well, I have to say the channel has just been exploding, and we added 1,000 brand new subscribers just this past week to the channel. And I just want to say hello to all of you, and I really hope you enjoy watching my episodes. Well, while you were watching last week's video, Relics and Relaxation, I was out last Thursday doing a little bit of detecting, trying to beat the bad weather. Now, this first hunt takes place at a very small and very unassuming park, and even though I only had a small, tiny area to hunt, I managed to find some really neat things that I wanted to share with you. Well, I'm at a completely new place for me. Now, it's a park, and most of it has been remodeled over the years. I read about that about 40 years ago. But I know the land was donated in the late 1800s to use as a park. Now, when I got here, I started digging quarters from 2 to 6 inches. I mean, I don't think anyone's messed with this because they thought it wasn't worth hunting because they trucked a lot of dirt in. But what I'm doing is sticking close to the street here. This is original ground. I can tell by the dirt and the things I'm finding. And I just got a nice big signal here. Check this out. That is amazing. I'm trying to remember what the signal was. Let's see. Yeah, it was 25. It's about the size of a silver dollar. It's a token. And on one side it does have George Washington on it. I know that. But I got to get it cleaned up and I'll be right back. But it feels like it's copper or brass. Well, there it is. It is really awesome. I have not seen one like this one before. It's got details about when he was president, in the years he was president, and a bust of George Washington on this side. And it is heavy copper or brass. That is just awesome. And I'll tell you what, this place has not been hunted. This thing was just a couple inches down, maybe 3. Awesome. I will definitely take that. Well, George Washington is known for his love of country, but he's also known for his love of Christmas. Now, George and Martha were actually married on January 6, 1759, the 12th day of Christmas. Well, one of the Washington's traditions was eating a Yorkshire Christmas pie every single Christmas, and they mentioned it quite often in their letters. Now, it was a huge pastry pie filled with 4 pounds of turkey, 3 pounds of chicken, a whole lot of bacon, and a whole lot of other goodness. Well, Martha Washington loved her husband, and she cared deeply about the soldiers who fought for him. When the Revolutionary War broke out, she was not about to let George spend that first Christmas by himself. So she traveled to the winter camp, and then every single winter camp thereafter. It was the boost that George Washington needed, and it was a huge morale booster for the soldiers. So normally I don't film pull tabs, but this one is an exception. This is one of the very first pull tabs. You see that style right there? Now that's going to be early 60s, and just had to show you that one. Well, just to let you know, I'm hunting in Park 2, completely stock settings, running the 11-inch coil. And that's a coil I like to hit when I'm on a place I've never been on. Not too big, not too small. Get the separation, just see what we're dealing with here. And I have been high toning it for about the first 20 feet just to see if I get anything old. Now, the token was kind of old. I got lots of clad, but this is what I was hoping to see. I was getting a nice 25 signal, and check it out. Now, this gets me excited because this is going to be like 30s inside door handle. So I know there's old stuff here, and now I can start digging it all. and buckling down a bit more than I have. Well, this one was giving me a pretty good high tone, and of course the old ground of this park is right next to a very yappy dog. But I got my first weedie, finally got an old coin out of here. It's ringing high though, 25.26, but it's going to be a 57 with the Denver mint mark. Well, this one was giving me a nice 25.26 high tone, about 6 inches down, and it looks like I have an old razor handle, shaving razor handle. Very cool. Probably going to be 30s from the looks of it. Could be 20s, but nice little find. Well, I only had a couple more hours to hunt that day, so I decided to go back to that awesome Victorian hillside one more time in the hopes of finding just a little bit more there. And I'm really glad I did, because I found something that I was really hoping I would find. Well, this one was giving me a 12-13, and this one will definitely take you back. It's an old toothpaste tube, but it's an Ipana, the Brusha commercials. Looks like a travel size, and that's going to be like 50s, 60s. So pretty cool. And yeah, that one definitely brings back some early memories. Oh, well, I'm just swinging. Got a little more time before it gets dark. I got a 37 to 39 signal. I'm down a foot at least. Oh, this is about freaked me out. I don't know, it's like cast iron and round, and I thought, oh my gosh, is that a cannonball? But I think the metal keeps going this way. I have no idea what that is. So I wanted to show it to you in situ, and I'm gonna work on it and see if I can get it out, but man, it looks interesting. Thought I had a cannonball, or at least a small grape shot, or canister shot, I should say, or whatever. I don't know. I'm getting tired. Okay, now this just is not right. This should be illegal. Look at this. Tell me if you saw that in the hole, you wouldn't think you had a small cannonball, but it is some kind of plumbing. Oh man, that'll give you a heart attack at first. That's just not fair. Well, still swinging along as long as I have daylight, and I tell you what, it's amazing. Got a 19 to 22, sounded really nice. Popped it, and looky here. I'm about 75 yards away from where I got the buckle hoard, and I think I just got another one. Yes, I did. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Okay, guys, I'm out here on Thursday. You guys are watching the new video, and in that video that I called Relics and Relaxation, I found half of a sash buckle. Well, look at this. It's the other half to that half. And I also found a complete one that I found both sides in the hoard. I cannot believe it. Now let me see. Yeah, I'm about 60 yards away from the matching one that you are watching this Thursday. Is that not crazy? I cannot wait to get this home and put them together. That is so awesome. Yep, looky there. That's the one with the little clip on it. Oh, that's awesome. Just awesome. Well, that was absolutely amazing to find the missing half. And here's a picture of those two all back together again. Well, it rained all weekend, but it was supposed to clear up later on Sunday. So Chris and I met up at one of our favorite spots. And as always, it was just awesome being able to get out with Chris and find some cool stuff. Well, Chris and I are out. It's a very cold, gray, wet day.
These aren't tears of joy, it's just whipping my eyeballs.
Oh, they can't see your tears. We'll give our spot away then.
Just water.
I don't want to show them a grown man crying.
I'm starting to see the 1 cent. We were kind of debating on Indiana or Wheatie, but that is just a crusty Wheatie.
Yeah, and of course,
coming through.
I get the honor of trying to uncrust it.
Yeah, maybe it's got to be an early. Well, it doesn't have to be, but hopefully.
Always. Well, Chris got something pretty interesting.
Some kind of big compact.
Yeah, it's massive.
Really big. It's got a latch back here.
Yeah, I'll have to get that cleaned up.
It's a little toasty, but...
Yeah, maybe it'll have a design or something on it.
Yeah.
But nice little find.
Pretty cool.
Well, I got a very nice little find here. It's giving me a 19. I called Chris over, and
that's pretty high for a marble.
Yeah. Check it out. It rolled out, popped. It was on the edge of the hole, and I popped it, and it rolled out, and I got a beautiful drop musket ball.
That thing's pretty.
Yeah, it's like 58 cal. That is awesome.
Big old hunk of lead.
Beautiful. I am very happy with that. Chris said he got something.
A wild looking gear.
Yeah, it is. Well, that thing's
All
big.
the notches around it.
Yep.
I don't know. Maybe there'll be something underneath the crud.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool find. Now, what kind of signal?
19.
19, huh? Well, this time, just to let you know, I'm hunting Park 2, stock settings. Just run the 11-inch coil, and it's doing a great job. And we just had a real heavy rain, so we're getting some nice signals out here. Got a 16, not too far from where I got the musket ball, and I got an awesome splat. I can see the lines here, and the other side, I think that's the base of the mini ball. That thing hit a boulder like really hard, but that is a really cool one. I like that. So I always like very interesting fired bullets, and that one's definitely got some character. Well, this target was sort of all over the place, 18 to 28. I could tell it was giving me like double and triple blips, so I knew it was just beneath the surface. So I took my pinpointer and found it, popped the dirt. It's kind of cool. I took a peek at it, but this is how it was sitting when I found it. I thought it was just going to be like a nut, but it's got a little porcelain button on it, and it says hot. So must have gone on a faucet, a handle on top, and for hot water. But that's pretty cool. Definitely old. I'd say early 1900s. So neat little piece. Well, a little bit earlier, Chris may have gotten the record for the biggest clock gear ever found on this property, and I think I got the record for the smallest clock gear. That's a tiny one. So that's pretty cool though. Well, leaving cookies and milk out for Santa Claus is probably one tradition that most of us look back and remember fondly. Well, the tradition of leaving cookies and milk actually caught on during the Great Depression. Now, parents did this with their children to teach them the value of giving to others and to appreciate the gifts that they might receive on Christmas morning. Well, this one was giving me a really deep 17, 18. I pulled it out about 8 inches. It's nothing special except the fact that it's probably the worst one I've ever dug. I think it's a lipstick tube, and it is one of the crustiest ever, and I think it's red lipstick. So I'll get it cleaned up, see if I can get a brand off of it, but just had to show you that mess. Well, Chris found something. Oh yeah, little drawer pull, a little finger cup one.
Yes.
Now
For
they
Dewey Decimal System.
Yeah, they had these on a lot of things, but they also use them on roll top desks.
Yeah, it's got a hole in.
Yeah, that's where the screws went in.
Yeah.
Yep, pretty cool. Found a few of them out here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this one was just giving me a slam in high tone. Only a couple inches down, but it's an old piece. And I really enjoy digging these. This is the A.R. Durkee and Company from New York, and it's got the Knight's Gauntlet in the center of it. Now, this was a really, really old salad dressing, and it dates back, when did they bring this out? 1850s. And supposedly Abraham Lincoln loved this, and Mary Todd Lincoln served it to him all the time, according to Durkee. So, but I did a history segment on them a couple years ago, and it's a very interesting company. Well, after a while, Chris and I decided we wanted to see if we could find another place to metal detect at. And as we drove along, we came upon a long-time permission that I've had, and it was under construction and the ground was scraped. We could not get out of the car fast enough. The only problem, it was very muddy. And it was like swinging the coil through the quicksand on Gilligan's Island. Well, Chris and I left the other place, and we found one of our other permissions. We have permission for this area, and they just started construction out here. And I got a nice high tone first signal. Check it out. It was just sticking out of the dirt, but I got a beautiful rains guide. Look at that. Oh, that's awesome. So, yeah, last time we were here, we did some videos. I found 4, 5 Indians. And so we're hoping for some more success here. They took about 2 feet off of this, so it's looking good when you can find a turn the century rains guide sticking out of the ground. Well, I was just slowly going along. I mean, look at this. I mean, we've got about 5 pounds on each foot here. And I was thinking like 8 inches every time I took a step, but I noticed the dozer kicked up an old wrench. It was pretty cool. Yeah, that's an oldie. So, thought I'd film that. It is not easy hunting out here at all. It is, matter of fact, it's darn right hard. I got a nice 25 signal. Finally got done swinging the clumps over the coil, and I thought I had silver, but I think it's going to be a pretty good sized play money. It's pretty worn. I'll have to wait till I get home, but neat old find right there. Well, when you take 1.5 to 2 feet off, everything's going to be old, even the cans. Check that out. That's like a 60s, 70s, I don't even know. Pretty cool though, old Pepsi Cola. Well, the signals are kind of spread out. It's not real thick, but that's mainly because they took like 2 feet off the ground here. But I did get a 2930 signal here, and check it out. I think it's a watch fob or a key fob, but it says International Businessmen's Accident something, and it has writing on the back. So very cool. I'll have to get it cleaned up when I get home, but it might have got bent up by the dozer here, but it's pretty cool. It's got this inlay work here, so hopefully it cleans up pretty well. But that's an awesome find right there. Well, Merry Christmas to all of you, and I really hope you enjoyed watching this episode. Now here comes some heartwarming Christmas pictures from America's past. And remember, it's history that makes a find a treasure, and I cannot wait to see you back here next week on Finding America. Merry Christmas, everyone.